flashes before your eyes when you're dying?
Hey!
That shit's real talk.
You saw it all, huh?
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting a 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie. Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right? Right?
I'm sure it'll be rosier when the time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
That bastard Soma, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Hey! What the heck?
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
That'll get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth. That I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
Daggone.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after Kawana, the piece that ties it all together. We just have to find him before RK does.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna find him at the same time RK does.
He's on my shit list too, just so you know.
Huh?
Kawana must have had some sort of agenda back when he first met us. In fact,
I did have to fight him.
Because you were looking into Mikoshiba. He palled around with me all because of that. I'm just a sucker of the agency, huh?
You're alright, bro.
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass for me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better. Tsukuma will stop by later, too.
What? Sugiura gonna give me the cold shoulder?
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho and everything.
Beautiful. Well, I don't have to freaking walk.
Gotta get my get back for my boy. Gotta get my get back for my boy.
Can't think of his name right now. But I should head back to Yokohama 99. I'm sure Sugiura has a car ready. Of course. But, right quick. Right quick.
So, we off to see Mamiya? I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's go right now. I just bought a whole bunch of sushi sets. Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
All right.
I got the sushi
do
sets,
this.
so we good. Mo's
If your
restore
theory is
maximum
accurate,
health.
then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders.
Indeed.
And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kawana-san as a teacher.
Right.
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like to ask you.
You told me the last visit would be your only one.
This is
Seriously,
concerning something
why
else.
do you keep showing up here uninvited? Please, just leave me alone.
I suppose I should mention, I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an agency called Yokohama 99.
Never heard of him.
Does
He's
hey?
based in Ijincho. He's
Let
working
me in
a
before I
case.
let myself
Maybe
in.
You saw it on the news? The murder of Seiryo High teacher Yokosawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurokawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach. Are you still there?
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan since graduation. Now go. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurakawa, but resigned after the Mitsuru Kusamoto incident. Just like you, he appears to be connected to Sawa-san.
So why am I being singled out? Can't you just ask someone else?
I'm finna book you
Please,
for
please.
obstruction.
It's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
Ah, how convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep it quick?
I'll give it my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing us out.
Hold on just a moment.
She gonna make me mad. Like, somebody's life on the line. You up here talking about the wrong thing.
Wonder what's going on. You don't think she bolted, do you?
Somebody probably got her.
Wouldn't count on it.
Should we ring again?
She's taking a sweet time in there. Is she trying to figure out an escape plan or something? Nah, them boys in there. It's gonna be Selma right here.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I just wanted to clean up a little.
You look the same. You look the same. That drawing
son
is
home
diabolical.
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of comments.
Sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
I mean, what's wrong with her? You finna get
What is
booked.
it you want to ask?
You got a little attitude. We're gonna start having a ton of questions. But if I make her mad, we might get booted out of here with nothing to show for it. Have you seen him recently? Do you remember that boy?
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusamoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear he's still in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about Yoko-chan?
I was, but there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurakawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example, as well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Kaike.
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with Mitsuru Kusamoto's situation?
Yes, but that's not a warm memory for any of us.
I understand. I'm sure it's not.
All right, we're off to a decent start. I should keep it rolling and carefully build up to our point. Have you seen this boy, lady?
Have you been
Lately?
in contact with Kitakata-sensei lately?
Sorry, y'all. Allergies.
I
Allergies.
haven't. He's someone I'd rather not have in my life.
And why is that?
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with me.
That doesn't sound genuine. None of this seems to faze her. Maybe I should take it a step further. Hey, we were trying to build there without causing a scene.
The groping was orchestrated, right?
Right?
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, you were in on that, weren't you? The whole thing was a
Well?
conspiracy, staged to play out as it did.
You need to leave. Right now.
Dude, what gives?
No one would even
Let him
think to
cook.
consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that's another story, considering how much lighter the sentence is. That way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba, paying only a fraction of the price. But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require you to cooperate with us now.
If you don't get up this second, I am calling the police.
Nigga, I am the law. Call him.
It took me quite a long time to figure out how you and Ihara were connected. But once I learned Yokosawa attended
Call the
Kurakawa,
law.
it all started falling into place. She was in your homeroom class. She looked after Toshiro Ihara. She was the link to everyone. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by Kamurocho gang. That
I mean,
same gang
it's all true.
hunting your old teacher, Kitakata-sensei.
What is it you want from me?
Amiya,
The story?
do you have any idea where Kitakata-sensei could be?
Watch him be in here.
Maybe Kawana the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher a decade ago. I barely remember his face.
Let's show her a picture.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right now.
Oh, God.
There's no way Yui Kitakata, alias Kawana, had forgotten Yui Mami's face. The proof of that is... what proves that he didn't forget her face? Is likely to have a crib when the weapon was removed. A yearbook. It would have to be the yearbook, bro. Footage of Mitsuru being bullied by a group of students, displayed the day of the recording. But others were also participating. Shoot, let's do it. Let's do it.
See for yourself. This was
I need some
recorded
Claritin, y'all. I'm struggling.
15 years ago. Feeling nostalgic yet? It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen.
Yeah, that's you.
The most interesting part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kishimoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering.
Laughing and jabbing and all that.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this.
Did this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Don't you start crying. Oh, are you crazy?
Please delete it.
No.
I
No.
have a feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reactions, did you even know it existed?
Wake up, ho, wake up, sleepy ho, wake up.
To Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sort of, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still,
Looking all different now.
right along with your lives. You've got happy little families.
Look at you. You just had the craziest attitude. Who is it, your husband?
Are you expecting someone?
Who is it, Kawano?
Amiya-san?
Oh, you set me up.
I knew it would happen someday.
What you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. What? Who are these niggas? Oh, alright. I wasn't ready to fight.
Looks like she wanted some company.
A taser? Oh, mommy, you're going to jail. As soon as I'm glad I bought sushi sets. As soon as I'm done, I'm coming straight to you. And where we going? We going downtown. So these niggas all got bats, bro. Hold up. Who want to get beat up with this kid's toy? Mommy, I'm finna rearrange your whole. Oh Lord! Hold up. We finna rearrange furniture in here. Since you want to show out. Yes, sir. Let me get this flat screen right here. Matter of fact, give me the plant. I'm not playing with y'all today. Throw it up. Bring it down. Who else? What else can I use in here? Oh, that's everybody. Oh, okay. Cause I was finna start dismantling furniture. I was finna take that TV down, give me the stove. Mom, yeah, come here, bro.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Come here, bro. Mom, yeah, come here, bro. Cause now look at your house. You ain't got no furniture. Who is this? Are these the dudes?
Would you look at that? Our old friend Ahike-san showed up to play.
It's them dudes. It's them freaking dudes. He got the same fit on.
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Mom, yeah, give me that phone.
It still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we moved this to. Mamiya-san's coming with.
Yep.
Oh yeah, put your shoes on.
Shoes on.
Okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Yeah. And I got boy, put them zip ties on them ankles, on them hands, put her in the back of that van. We driving max speed because you're going to jail. You're over with. You got your little goons that were outside that I chased down the street. Come on. I hope you got your shoes on.
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing captives here?
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool. You think time's the issue? This is about
Man,
respect,
take her in the
man.
back.
What you call? We kicking him out?
Oh,
I don't want to hear nothing from nigga behind the desk.
Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By
Yeah.
who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce you to Mamiya-san first. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit ago.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back already, Yagami.
Boy, if I could whoop a hoe in this game. Ooh.
Fuck
Oh
those
my gosh.
RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like that?
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it?
Yeah.
Imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this out.
If I come
What
back
do you
down here and
intend to
mommy
do
are
with
gone.
me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide how to deal with you afterward.
Now, if it was up to me, we're gonna turn the detective off for a moment, and we're gonna start waxing junk. That's what we're gonna do, and then we'll talk so that you'll understand that I'm serious.
Then let's get this over with.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Everything.
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's
Okay.
the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
Good.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on. But that's
Y'all
only
kicked him
how
in
it would
his
have gone
chest.
if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world
Let us work on your
sees that
husband for a
tape
little
now, I'll lose it all.
Yeah, let
And
me
what
work
if
on your
it
husband.
happened to my son?
Send your kid off to the
The
state.
son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined. That
See, they
recording
double
was
foot-
more than
double
just
foot
being
kick-
cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night and is still in a coma today.
And you out here with an attitude.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
So with this video as leverage, Kitakata Sensei is continuing to teach his former
Same for all
pupils.
my classmates. Furukawa Academy is a prestigious school, after all. Most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company. Others have families.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now?
I ain't gonna
He
stop
waited
none.
for all of us to get what we wanted in life, just so he could threaten to take it all away.
Y'all took that other
When
boy's
that
life all the way
time
away.
He started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk with my son when he came strolling up out of a door. At first, I barely recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath.
No.
Well, all you kids tormenting
You're a
Mitsuru look
psychopath.
pretty psychopathic to me.
Right. Tell us, Segura.
And you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line.
Never drove somebody off a
Never
building.
lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it. We were just lucky enough to have some creep take us, picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen to me?
I'd say
Who
it's
can
because
take getting
bad
kicked in the
things
chest like
happen to
that?
Bad people.
Right.
You'll
Tell the
sling
talk.
your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
Right.
You said it was
what?
5 years ago that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
Oh, yeah, they got it, boy. Oh, are you crying? Kawana stepped back into Mamiya and the other lives 5 years ago around when Kawhi was
Then
abducted,
it
which
was
means...
you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No, it wasn't us. We could never do something like that.
I think y'all
Wasn't
could.
us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawhi somewhere in Kamurocho, then bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
So you're a
Did Kawana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. Is all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawhi,
He's
but
got
he
some
wanted
good
nothing
leverage
to do
on the
with
boy.
Sensei. Considering he'd cost him everything, that came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force him into our van. After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawhi.
Kawhi was
So
the
you left
main
him
group
there
leader.
alone with Kawana?
Kawana
We
killed
had
that
to.
man. I mean, he's probably in that hood tied
The
up
day
dead.
after,
Not dead,
I
but like
got
half
a
dead.
message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video.
What
It was
video?
of all of us pushing Kawhi into
Ah.
the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city.
God, dog, boy.
You can see all our faces so clearly. How we covered Kawhi's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction.
Yeah.
As
He
I
got
was
y'all niggas
watching it
good,
the
boy.
First time another message came in. This time, a picture.
Let me guess, so your son?
When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when
Speak
I
for
knew I
your
would
son.
never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawhi. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
God,
Since
dog.
then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
He got
He's
y'all.
giving you orders?
That man, he forces us to help him. He makes
Oh.
us accomplices to murder.
Yeah.
Murder?
Wait a minute, who else did he kill? They're being forced to help Kawana kill people. This case is finally cracking wide open. Yeah.
Murder who exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he could find across the country.
Did Kuwana
He
kill
doesn't
the
even care
dude
how old the
at the
case
beginning of the game?
If a student commits suicide and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up. As far as I know, counting Kawhi, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
7? How's he doing this?
Wow.
So his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way,
Girl,
we might be able
you
to
should let
save
that
the
boy
next
alone.
few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah, let's not.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kawana.
no,
let
he can.
Ihara
If he can
murder.
record y'all on picture, he
And
can
how
edit
you
this video.
found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. And even the ones who filmed it, they were working for Sensei.
Wow.
So that's how it went down.
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing.
Why are we not recording her
He just
speaking?
makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one thing we can't ever do is turn him down. If we do,
It's crazy.
he'll send his video of us abducting Kawhi to the police. And then Kawhi's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because he's hidden Kawhi's corpse in a freezer somewhere.
He's
This nigga.
preserving one of his murder victims?
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Mitsuru Kusumoto's case 13 years ago was the catalyst that drove Kawana to executing bullies. Hiro Mikoshiba, who Ihara murdered, was just one of many, and behind him, Kawana was pulling the strings all
Sounds
along.
to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting
Murder.
on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive, killing off bullies. He's dragged all his former students into this hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things, though, if you don't mind.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kawana called RK. What part did they play? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, why'd they come for Yokosawa?
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago over the phone. He was asking her about the suicide at Seiryo High.
The suicide at Seiryo High. You must be talking about Toshiro Ehara.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible.
Right.
But Yoko-chan was a teacher there.
Right.
And Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything. After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his objectives. She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
No.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
You did enough. Might well. Who on my phone?
Who is it?
Block number.
Kawana.
Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Yeah, what's up, Kawana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
What?
Alright. She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself in.
Forgot we showed this nigga where we stay at.
Gotta say, this chair.
Hey, where's Sakumo at?
Pretty sure I locked up behind me when I left.
Listen, I'll only meet you alone. No one else. And don't make me wait long, or I could change my mind.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let Mamiya-san go once I confirm he's there.
You gonna be alright by yourself?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us. I'm guessing he was watching us from somewhere.
This whole got
And
that
I can't
phone
afford
on.
to do anything that would piss him off enough to make him disappear.
Got it.
Y'all niggas let her go. I'm
We'll
looking
take
both
care
of y'all.
of this end of it. Shouldn't you move your ass?
Yeah. Beautiful. This arcade kind of hard though. What y'all got? Gumballs? Can I get a no gum? Okay. What if you're gonna let yourself in? Please don't be hoeing in here. Please don't be decoying. Please. Sitting at my desk?
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want.
Well, what do you want?
So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
They finna jump the heck out of me.
Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down?
Why am I sitting
Maybe
on
it's
the other
time
side
you
of
and I
my
had a
desk?
heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me, is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting, so I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. I was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind? She asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So that's how he got the bullying video. He had set it up himself to record the room remotely.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawai started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawai forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawai and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusamoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning.
Yeah.
4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School? Toshiro Ehara.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
So Sawa-sensei was the one who told Kawana I'd show up at her school. Man, this game
The police
getting
are
good.
a pain in the ass. But when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Leomog to step in.
Oh, that didn't work.
But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. ICEY Mamiya. They hadn't seen each other in
That's who
13
that was.
years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
What?
The lady in the sunglasses. ICEY Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah.
What about
Sawa
Soma,
Sensei was
though?
too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if
What about
Sawa-kun
Soma,
had
though?
started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? It doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
Nah, you do know.
If I knew
You got
their
to.
angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the
Soma.
same page. At least we agree on something.
Where's Soma?
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now.
Don't bring the boys up here.
That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here.
Watch him
Let
do a
me
backflip
the
out that
dirty
window.
work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out. While you still
He
can.
finished up out that window. That boy
You
tough.
disappear into the night. I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
No
Extravagant,
need for
actually.
that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Oh, nah, brother. Watch this be the chase of a lifetime. Let's get it.
You won't get away.
I thought he was gonna hop in that car for a second. Ain't no way, boy.
Now look at you.
Hold up. Oh, Lord.
Now look at you.
Who the freak keeps saying that? I'm not supposed to be able to kick that? Wasn't I? No, those just trip me down. Boy, Kawana's gone. Watch the freaking cones, boy. Watch out, bruh. He's moving. I can kick this, but he's far. He's too far. I want to get tired already, bruh. Boy, I almost pressed the wrong button. I was playing on my other controller earlier. X is in a different spot on there. Come on, Kawana. Give it up. I'm running the same block for a minute. Come on, Kawana. Give it a rest, my boy. Stand up.
Yeah. Catch you later. Oh, damn it.
Are you serious?
Get back here.
I did not catch Kawana.
Where'd he go?
He's gone. I'm finna get jump crazy in here.
Kawana!
Look. Ah, boy.
You guys again. You really need the masks? Come on, Kurokawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
Kawana, what's good? Cause now I got beef with you again.
Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akahike?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then. Time to learn your lesson!
Come on.
Ah, let's get it.
What kind of lesson is this?
I'm gonna change this battery so I can whoop y'all without having to stop mid fight. So hold on. I want that bat. Oh shoot, they cut me. I want that bat, but you know, they don't want to give it to me. Y'all got weapons, so do I. We're not doing this. Y'all boys, it's not gonna be a fair fight in here. Y'all got knives and bats? No. Beautiful. Let me get out of the middle of y'all right quick. Let me get this cone. Give me this cone. Who wants it? I need to save somebody just in case I gotta fight Kawano. Big swing and a miss, my boy. Big swing and a miss. Give me that. Uh-huh. That's what you were trying to do. And I got one for you. Hold up. Hold up. I want my bat back. Where'd it go? And let me get that. Hold up. Get back. I want this. Oh! Oh, you got yours off first. My bat broke. Alright, bet. Bet. I'm in the air. Now they decoying. So I'm going to use a cone instead. Because now they're decoying. You will not home run me again. You will not home run me again. Trust me. Now where is Kawana? Kawana. Yeah, Kawana, where you at?
Oh, Kawana!
This is classic. Akaike, you deserve some things. Bannable words. Yagami! Yes, Yagami, thank God.
Really?
Oh.
So nice of you to stick around.
Oh my God. Hit that hoe with a bat. Hit her.
Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, it sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
She was finna hit me with that bat? Are you crazy? He should have took that hoe from my hand and ate it. Oh my gosh.
13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusumoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kawana's. Ridden by guilt, Kawana sets off on a path of vengeance.
Bro.
And the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Man. This is a great freaking game. W freaking game. I love it. I'm gonna let this cutscene roll, and then we're gonna pick up part 10. Chapter 10 in the next one.
Hey.
Hush, boy. Before I get to spinning that bat again.
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
Beautiful.
What?
You heard what I said.
You owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days.
Who is this? Oh.
Your
In the
carriage
van.
awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell
Get
me we're
in.
going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you.
I'm trying to find the ending point, but it's just too good.
Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Mamiya needs to be in custody.
Well,
Like, she doesn't
she
need
was
to be
pretty
free
stunned when I
walking. She
told
needs
her
to
who
be
Kawana
in
really
a cell,
is
like
and
a
what he's
holding
up to.
cell.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kawana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh?
Beautiful.
That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah,
Lovely.
a break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamurocho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening. And they can pay for what they did to Kaito Aniki.
Yeah, to get my boy.
Pay? Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
But see, you look like a
Not
Yakuza.
the Yakuza and me talking.
Ah, you look like
That's
one.
just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza would say?
Indeed.
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. I'm doing the right thing, damn it.
Shoot, if you want to box something up, let's let him do it. Let's let him box somebody up. He can do it. That's
What's
okay.
it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
Whatever you say. Much as things change, they stay the same.
Since I'm out, might as well check on how the city's doing. I'll go kill some time somewhere. Perfect. Perfect, man. Y'all run it up, nigga. Like the video. I'm really enjoying this game. I got some other stuff planned once we finish this, of course. I do want to play. There's actually a part that came out before this. It's called, I think just called Judgment. So we might run that up depending on how y'all feel about this one. But, yeah. We out.